Alright, this is our deaerator to boilers drawing. So it all starts here in the deaerator, where our operating range is from 70 to 75%. We have a safety valve that lifts at 20 psi. To pump, to have the right amount of pressure for the pumps, you want to have your deaerator at 5 psi, above 5 psi. Coming off, we have a discharge line here. Comes off, and initially it goes to the blanket boiler over here, where we have a valve and a pump for it because it does not go through the boiler feed water pumps. It has its own separate pump that operates at much lower pressures. We have a solenoid valve here, and then we have a regular valve. And then starting over here, past the blanket boiler line, we have our pump line. So we started off with the boiler feed water pump 1, boiler feed water pump 2, and the steam driven pump, which all have their own separate valves. You want to have at least one pump running to pump your waters, the correct amount of water to your boilers. Have a second pump on standby just in case. And your water is going to be transferred down this line here. And right here we have a recycle line. So the recycle line prevents deadheading in your pump. Has a safety relief at 200 psig. You want to throttle the glow valve on it to maintain 120 psi to overcome boiler header pressure. Starting off, we have our cleaver brooks. So it goes through a valve, a level control valve, and another valve. And then over here on the inkless, we have a flow transmitter, a valve, a level control valve, and a normal valve. And then over here on the Dupree, we have a valve, a level control valve, and a valve. And on the Volcano, it's a little different. We have a valve, a solenoid valve, and a regular valve. So the solenoid valve receives much lower pressure than the other boilers because it's a much smaller boiler, as well as the blanket boiler, because it's not like the other boilers. It needs less pressure because it's doing less work and has smaller load.